editor for India Today, Cyrus John, joining us live for more on that. Cyrus, it's a big blow to the banking sector, the airline sector. We're looking at flights being grounded across the globe. Thankfully, that hasn't yet happened in India. But be sure that passengers traveling to the airport have got to head to the airport much in advance. There could be delays due to check-ins that's been shifted from online now to manual. What's the reason for this outage? Has Microsoft really responded?
Right, so they're saying complications with the software. I mean, CrowdStrike has confirmed that there are certain complications with the software that they released, and incompatibilities with the whole Windows ecosystem has triggered this issue. Now, since this is kind of happening worldwide, we kind of can make a sense that the update that CrowdStrike has pushed is incompatible with the Microsoft Windows ecosystem, which is why this issue is happening globally. Now, these complications can be because of various reasons. Some buggy software that is kind of causing these corruptions in the system itself. But the fact that it's happening globally means that there's one software, that one bug, that is not compatible with the entire suite of Windows Microsoft applications. That is why this is causing such disruption. But yes, CrowdStrike has confirmed that there is some issue with the bug software. They're trying to make a fix, but we're just still waiting how Microsoft can quickly fix this issue.
When you say quickly fix this issue, Cyrus, how long typically do you believe that this issue could be fixed in? Because it's really left the world stranded.
So, yeah, if you're doing it locally, I mean, a lot of people encounter these bugs at home. A lot of people, I'm sure, face these blue screens of death at home. So a quick fix for them is maybe just reboot and try to have the system ready, which usually happens, which usually start the system, kicks it into a reboot format. And some people also deploy safe mode to activate the systems. But on a global scale, it looks a bit more complicated than just starting and rebooting the system, because you cannot do that. There are a lot of applications involved. So I think it would be a bit more complicated for Microsoft to restart the system, but nothing confirmed as how much longer it is going to take. But I mean, we can expect, since it is a matter of urgency, Microsoft will deploy some of the best tech to make sure that the system is up soon. But again, nothing has been confirmed as such.
Well, you know, Cyrus, we expect Microsoft to be fixing this in hardly a few minutes. They've got to show magic, because if not, you can only imagine what impact this would be to the world economy. It could dealt a real big blow to the world economy. As we see, the London Stock Exchange has already been disrupted. Their operations have been derailed because of this outage. Apart from that, it seems like the London Tube also is facing a problem, their biggest rail service. And let's get to India. We have 5 of our top airlines who are already complaining that their online check-in services has been cancelled. They're all doing it now manually, and trust India to be throwing people at problems. So we're still showing resilience here. No cancellations have been announced in India yet, thankfully. We have the ground staff who are working overtime right now to ensure that it's a smooth affair. It can't be a smooth affair because of the sheer volumes in India. But yet, so far, the airlines are doing a fairly good job by ensuring no cancellations. Delays, yes, but no cancellations. All airlines in India, including IndiGo, Air India, SpiceJet, Akasa, have all been asked to announce the delays through messages. Compulsory, let passengers know about delays and cancellations and any kind of check-in, etc. Information to be sent to them through a message, an SMS, with immediate effect. So those guidelines have already been issued in India, and a word has come in from the DGCA that no flight grounding decision on that has not been taken. So India is still all right at the moment, but we're looking at countries like Australia, United States, Spain, Singapore, London, United Kingdom. They seem to be really having a problem.
Right. I mean, it's all an issue of globally. I don't know how India is still safe. It's great that the Indian Airlines or any aviation sector hasn't been affected. It totally depends on the kind of software that these airports are using, because compatibility issues can lead to these problems within the system. While these systems across the country in different countries might have some compatibility issues with what CrowdStrike has released, I think it's a bit concerning right now for not just the aviation sector, but a lot of these other sectors that have deployed this software that is not compatible with the CrowdStrike bug. So I think it will take some time for the issue to resolve, because we cannot say how much time Microsoft will take. They haven't released anything, but CrowdStrike has acknowledged the issue. They said that they have some complications with their Falcon sensors, that they have not been able to understand what the problem is right now. But yes, Microsoft, I think, really needs to pull up their socks and try to identify where the problem is and try to get a fix for all these people, because as we can see, disruptions are happening.
You know, Cyrus, I never imagined that the entire world relies on Microsoft. That's how far and wide they supply their services to. But what's the alternative? If not for Microsoft, is there an alternative for companies to explore? Because one system crashing, we're looking at a ripple effect across the globe. We can't be banking on one. You can't have all your eggs in one basket, right? But before you get to that, a quick word coming in from Air India right now, requesting guests to plan your travel much in advance. If you're arriving at the airport for your flight today, then do it multiple hours in advance. Reach the airport early. We have a problem with our digital systems. It's been impacted temporarily. Admitting to the problem, Air India has now issued a statement saying that there is a problem with our digital system. The issue will be fixed, but requesting our guests to please arrive early. Plan your travel to the airport much in advance. An advisory being issued by Air India. Well, this was expected. We saw all the airlines issuing an advisory. It was IndiGo, SpiceJet, Akasa, and now Air India, who's also jumped in to quickly issue a notification so that passengers are alerted and get to the airport much in advance. Plan your travel much in advance accordingly, so we are able to streamline the process, as most of the check-in, in fact, all airlines complain that check-in has been closed online. It's all shifted now manually. So you've got to go and stand in the line there and get your check-in done manually if you haven't already done. I'm not too sure for those who've already checked in, how does that work? Well, it's going to be very interesting here. A quick word, John, Cyrus, I asked you about an alternative to this. Is there an alternative?
The problem is, Nabila, all of the airport ecosystem use a particular software suite. They are kind of tied into that ecosystem and there is no escape. While there should be always a plan B, I think this incident is kind of going to set a precedence for the future, that they need to kind of have a plan B always installed. I mean, going manually is one of the options, but in terms of automation, where the entire aviation sector and many of the other industries are kind of locked inside of the Microsoft ecosystem, you're always vulnerable in this way. And exactly a clear example has happened today where, they are facing disruptions because they're inside the Microsoft ecosystem. And it's just not Microsoft. You look at other applications, you look at the big tech, Instagram, one server is affecting users across the globe. You can take the case of Google as well, Google Drive. When you're in the Google ecosystem, any disruptions within their server affects a lot of users, and we see outages constantly throughout the year. So this is one of the incidents like Microsoft is facing. It's unfortunate that it's happening at such a mass scale that the aviation sector and all the other industries have been affected. But I think Microsoft needs to really identify this problem, because if it's happening right now, it's causing this much of disruption. They weren't really prepared for this, and they really didn't see this coming. So this is concerning for a lot of the people who are using Microsoft software suites.
You know, Cyrus, John, we're possibly going to need you the entire day today, as India Today is going to be put on this coverage. Expect us to give you all the live updates as it comes in. The visuals here are, of course, scary. Really, end of the world feels that I get while watching airports across the world currently stranded. We're looking at blue screens, the screen of death, as it's called, where you have a sad smiley showing that the systems have crashed. This is a Microsoft system outage. It's a crowd service failure, as conveyed to us by the DGCA, the MOCA, claiming it's a cloud service error. The issue will be fixed. It's a temporary glitch, but for the moment, do cooperate with us. Get to your airports much in advance. We're going to take you through news from across the world, as this outage has really led to multiple airports being stranded.